So I just wanted to do another update on what you see going on in Europe at this time, just in the last few days. And again, this is mid-September 2025. I think for all practical purposes, Russia is now at war with NATO. I think they've admitted all of that, and I think NATO knows this. And I think in the next few months, folks, look for some major fireworks on the European continent and look for things spilling over, likely in the Pacific. I don't think Russia is elevating what it's doing in Ukraine and even now in Western Europe in some of their drone incursions into Romania and now into Poland just because they're probing. I think that they've been given the go-ahead by Beijing. Beijing is really the instigator of all of this. Russia is the junior partner of the horror that's going on in Ukraine. And indeed, one of the representatives of the Chinese government said just about a month ago that China cannot afford to let Russia fail in Ukraine. Well, that should tell you everything you need to know. There is a war coming between the East and the West. And the West is reluctant to admit this. They're reluctant to admit that they're going to have to make some very hard, horrible decisions. And I think Trump is reluctant to admit that he's going to be the war president. And he may indeed preside over the handover of the United States, in that we may not be a sovereign country too much longer. And it may occur during his administration. Just as you had, Zedekiah, who was the last king of Judah before they went into total captivity. Trump may indeed be the last president of the United States before we go into captivity. And I think it's just right around the corner. I think churches are woefully ignorant of the true nature of the changes that are going to come into the United States. And I did a devotion, I know, on gold. But you could look at gold now, and that's an indicator of what's happening to the United States and indeed what's happening to the Western world, and the fact that we need to be investing as believers in order to prepare for what's coming, for the true changes that are coming, with the hard tangible asset, not of physical gold, but of Christ. See, gold points to where we need to be going in our spiritual walk, and that is Jesus Christ. The only way you're going to be able to prepare for what's coming is to have Christ as your foundation. And having Christ as your foundation will not necessarily mean that you retain your home, your physical safety, or any of that. It simply will mean that in the midst of losing your home and your physical safety and your family, which I think is going to come, and having your churches scattered, which I think is also going to come, we will have Christ as our foundation. We will begin to know Christ the way Paul knew him. Paul, the one who lost his financial viability and was reduced to being a tent maker to feed himself. Paul, the one who was in danger from his fellow countrymen, in danger in the ocean, in danger and imprisoned and tortured within an inch of his death multiple times. We will begin to know Christ in that way, as the foundation, as the true foundation, in the midst of the suffering, which I think will be our lot very soon in this country. God bless you both.